Thank you for sticking with us through that, and welcome to Freddy Live. I am Jon Frederick. I am the founder and CEO of Freddy Media, and today we are with Andrea Anderson. Andrea sells Cadillacs on Instagram and TikTok, and she is a salesperson at Andrew's Cadillac in Brentwood, Tennessee. Do you, is the title salesperson, or are you like a vehicle experience extraordinaire representative? Do they have a fake name, or are you a salesperson?
I'm a salesperson.
That's great. So, Andrea, you are one of the most prominent ladies in the car business, in my opinion, a high profile automotive executive. And how long have you been in the car business, and how did you get started?
Yeah, I started in 2012, very randomly. My family's
Me
not
too.
from. Really? Okay, cool. I am not from a car family. I moved to Durango, Colorado for my husband now, and there was no jobs, and I was in like more high-end sales for health clubs, and so me and my dad have a pretty fun relationship, and he said, if you want to prove it to me you can sell, you should go sell cars. And I was like, screw you, Dad, I'll go sell cars. And the Jeep dealership was hiring, so put in a application, got an interview the next day, and yeah, hard closed the manager on hiring me on the spot.
What was his apprehension to hiring you? What did you have to overcome in order to get a job?
Yeah, so I was, I think, 28, 27 at the time. Never sold cars. He just saw me as like some young girl coming in there. And I think in 2012 it was a little different than it is now.
Yeah.
There weren't many women there. I mean, there still isn't now, but it's a very different culture. And so I came in there, basically asked him some questions. He asked me some. I said, hey, look, do you think I'd be successful at this? And I think he had talked to me enough saying, yes, I think you would. You have a lot of drive. And I said, okay, great. When do I start? And he said, well, I didn't offer you the job. And I was like, but you just told me I would be really successful. And you think I would do great. So when do I start? And he was like,
Yeah.
and his jaw like just dropped.
I
And
kind of
so
did the same thing applying to like an MBA at University of Florida. They like rejected me, and I was like, "Well, I'll just start." And they were like, nobody's ever said that before." And then I just like enrolled.
yeah. Yeah, the HR lady, she was getting like the stuff ready for me to go do a drug test. And she was like, honey, have you ever sold cars? I was like, no. She's like, he has never hired anyone on the spot. I was like, okay, great. See you Tuesday.
That's so good. So, Andrea, you've been in the car business since 2012. You've landed at like this really lovely Cadillac store in a boom town. Brentwood's a very nice part outside of Nashville, Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
So I'd imagine inventory fits the demographic like a glove. People there probably love Cadillacs, right?
absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a specific clientele. And, you really do cater to like that Cadillac clientele here.
Have you ever sold a car to a country music star? Are you allowed to say that?
I have. I won't tell you
Who?
who, but I have. I can't
Dolly
think.
Parton.
No, not her. But actually,
Ah,
I mean, very big like her.
a big one.
Hmm.
That's the thing. Nashville's kind of like a better than LA scene. It's got like more
Yeah.
normal people.
Yeah, for sure. This area is like, I always say it's like the Cherry Creek of Denver. If you've ever been in that area, it's like, it's
Mm-mm.
very cool. Hmm.
Yeah. So, Andrea, you had been successful in car sales. You'd been kind of like a senior sales rep at this store. And then you decided to go on the social media journey. Like what sparked your interest? How'd you hear about it? I know you did the Rust Flips Whips training, but like why do that? Why'd you decide to like take a run at that?
Yeah, so I had been successful through like Facebook groups with like our specialty cars, like our Blackwings, Escalades, Escalade V's, and so I had seen that it works, and I've always been a top producer, and I like to listen to podcasts and books. And I remember hearing this one about like the champions or the teams that are always winning are not just continuing to do the same thing. They're like always thinking ahead of the game of like, what can I do different? And so I just really had that conversation with myself, or I always do, like, what else could I be doing? And I had enough success with the Facebook groups that I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to go for it.
Was success kind of quick? It wasn't instant. Like I'm not trying to demean
No,
what happened, but
no.
like you did kind of hit. I remember when you started and you started working with Russ, I was like, holy smokes, Andrea. First of all, like, I think I recognized talent before the follows. I was like, oh, she's really good. She's really into this. This is an engaged person that's trying really hard. And then it was so cool to like see your efforts pay off.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely not instant, but I don't think it should have been because I think I needed those reps to like kind of find my voice. I'm not a very talkative person, so if you came into the store like before any of this, like I'm in my office grinding it out, like I'm not like the person out like talking to the coworkers. So for me, it was weird to like use my voice so much and like talk and, really communicate all these things. So that was hard for me at first, and I think I just finally figured out like I need to leverage what makes me who I am in the car business as a woman. I do know what I'm doing, but maybe some
Yeah.
people don't always like think that. And so I've had fun with it. I have a lot of those same situations in person. So I just was like, I don't take these personally. Like, this is probably relatable to other women. And
Yeah,
uh,
I like the one where like it's sometimes you have through lines of like people talking down to the female sales rep, and like this female sales rep knows everything about the car. It's like
yeah,
it's a great shtick. But also I like your just like flat out explanations of features of vehicles when you have like the three Escalades lined up next to each other and you're like, you can tell this is this one because the grill's different. That gives you this, this, and this. You just like pragmatic explanations are really you're phenomenal at that too.
thank you. Yeah, I try and be simple, direct. I don't use a lot of different like things to explain it. Just I'm very to the point, direct, and I'm like, okay, which one do you want? Like with clients.
Yeah.
So
And you know what, Andrea? Like, I bet having fame on social media is really fun, or maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'd love to hear from you. But then, additionally, and like, it's not overwhelming fame. It's probably like cool fame, like occasional recognition. But um, what I when I started Russ's training company and like had the idea, like I saw Russ, teaching a pizza delivery guy how to do content. And then I was like, Russ, we could get a dealership to pay us to teach you how to do that. And then ultimately my goal, because I was a guy who worked 6 days a week at Tyson's Toyota, stayed till midnight, just like with 11 p.m. there I am negotiating $200 off a Corolla deal, and like I finally give them floor mats, and I'm like, what happened to my life? So my goal with the whole thing was in other industries like realtors, they control their own destiny, they drive their own demand, and ultimately they end up working their own schedule. Like if they succeed, think of that like awesome realtor in Brentwood, Tennessee that's like got all the good listings. Like that person grinded, but then eventually they kind of have a better lifestyle, make a lot more money. And that was always my hope for this. And the coolest thing you said to me the other day that I really liked is you were like, "Hey, I got to go to a 5 day a week work schedule." You're Monday through Friday now, right?
yeah, I am.
And is social media kind of what enabled the team to be like, "Hey, Andrea's like doing really great. She's super valuable to us. Maybe we kind of like give her this awesome schedule."
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've proven myself for 9 years, and I've always been a top producer. And I do have a 7-year-old son, so I leave work at 5 or 5:30 every day. So
Yeah.
I juggle being a mom, a salesperson, now social media. And my GM just came to me and was like, "Look, you've been proving yourself long enough. I want you to be involved in your son's life. Like, I want you to have that." And like that was just amazing.
That's so incredible because, like the modern dilemma is, I know in my household, both husband and wife work, right? We have two little kids, and like one's going to soccer practice, and the other's going to dance or whatever. So
Right.
I can only imagine balancing that. But what's it like being a mom in the car business? And like, when you're at like the school pickup, are you like handing out business cards, or what do you think of the whole thing?
I'm not that person. I've never been, but I think that it's great because social media kind of does that for me now. So people are
Mm,
like, "I didn't know you did videos," or like I have a lot of customers like, "I didn't know you're funny," and I'm like, "I'm not really,"
yeah.
but like I know Russ is like would walk up to anyone and be like, "Hey, follow me, follow me, follow me," and I'm kind of like a more of a sleeper type person, like
Yes.
I'm always the sleeper. Like I have more cars sold than anyone else, but I will never say that. It's not in my personality. I just show. So I think that's why social media has been so cool for me because I can be my like quiet to myself person, but like people see it.
How is it done locally for you? Do other people in town call you and say like, "Hey, Andrea, how do I like build a following like you?" And then do a lot of
Yeah.
people locally buy car? Are you more of a local celebrity or like a national person? I know I like celebrity, sorry, but like, where has this helped with local profile?
Yeah, yeah. So yesterday I had a client that he, is definitely the perfect type of client. He currently leases a Range Rover. He was
We got to
confused
get
on
them out of that.
yeah, he was confused on Cadillac.com, and he went to YouTube and found my video, like the one you're talking about. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, she's local." So yeah, I do get a lot of local people. I will say that like right now I have like 5 or 6 Escalades here. They're literally going to all different states, and I have
Mm,
someone tomorrow coming, literally leaving Florida, Tampa, Florida, to drive up
shout
here
out Florida.
tomorrow to drive up here tomorrow and do paperwork and get an Escalade from me. And it all started with
That that guy's
DMs with
driving
his wife.
past no less than 45 Cadillac stores to go see you.
Yeah, and it started with like a random DMs on Instagram with me and his wife. And so it's really cool.
Yeah. Man, I'm so happy for you. So, has your income gone up since you've created a following and all of that?
Yeah.
Is it life-changing? Is it like awesome? Or, what are the pros and cons? Are there any cons? Time creating the content.
Right. I mean, I always say there's no downside. So like I have a lot of other salespeople that will reach out and like, how'd you get started? And like, is it hard? I'm like, of course it is. But like there's literally no downside of doing it. You're getting better at speaking because I'm not a great speaker, but I've gotten better. You're great getting better. You know more about the cars. You can connect with like it's just there's literally no downside. And
Mhm.
I'm not the person that's going to sit in my office and like wait for a person to come in. Like you might as well be doing something to generate your own business, and I've always been like
Oh, I
that.
feel
So,
that way so much. Like, you're only good at what you do if you can generate business for yourself.